Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, season 7, episode 11 of Fear the Walking Dead came out last night on AMC Plus. I was gonna cover it then, but after watching it, it was pretty late and I was tired, so I knocked out. Got what I had to get done today, and yeah, now I'm making the video. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen it yet, and just a reminder if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we cover Walking Dead weekly, and yeah, we're covering all the side shows as well. So this episode was called Ophelia, and if you remember from earlier seasons of the Fear the Walking Dead. Ophelia is Daniel's daughter, played by Mercedes Manson. Really cool, fun character. And that was back when Daniel was in CIA badass mode a lot, which we got to see for the first time in a while here. And yeah, so basically, this is the first episode of this half of the season that actually progresses the story a good amount. The pacing was good, the context in the story was pretty good, like definitely the strongest of these three newer episodes. Um, Basically, we had the death of Arno, and it was kind of coming, even though I kind of, for a slightly villain character, I kind of understood him, and he wasn't, I kind of liked him as a character. He wasn't, I don't know, I would have been cool to see him actually, like, team up with it, but nonetheless, we have Arno's group joining as, like, some of the military force, which I didn't see coming after, like, the first two episodes, how they set it up, how he was pretty upset. And yeah, so Daniel is obviously still going through like this kind of like mental fog, if you will. I'm not sure what it would be called. And he's like stuck in a past time where he thinks Ophelia's still alive and he really wants to tell her about the past that he never told her about, like his CIA days and stuff. She thought he was just a barber and stuff, which we've seen in season 1. And so he's like stuck on trying to like the only time it seems like he has clarity is when he's going to save his daughter or talk to her. And that's when he's like kicked in full Daniel like that we've seen in the earlier seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. And so now like Lucy went through this whole thing because she's been helping Daniel like get better with his memory and stuff. And basically she's really pissed off at Arnold for manipulating him, saying like, "Oh yeah, your daughter's here. If you give us the coordinates to the weapons, we'll give you her," and blah blah blah. And he's just using him because Ophelia is obviously dead from what was it, like season 4, season 3 maybe, might have been season 3. It was at, I believe it was like at the dam time when the dam blew up. But yeah, so like she's pissed off at Arno about him being like using Daniel, like manipulate him like this, just to come to find out later in the episode after she secures the people to join, she's like, yeah, Ophelia is actually alive. Arno told me he's at this or she's at the tower, basically using Daniel to keep him because like it's made clear that he can only really focus and he's very, very extremely capable when he's focused. He's he's like how Carol is the most wild card of getting stuff done on The Walking Dead, like Daniel's like the equivalent on Fear the Walking Dead. Like he can just one man army stuff he shouldn't be able to. Which we do see that with a lot of main characters in the main show and here and there, but like Daniel I think is the most capable. And what's really good is because like all these people aren't trained, he has CIA training, so he can probably get them somewhat ready for this what's coming up. And like Daniel with an actual army is kind of really scary when it comes to the tower. Yeah, so she ends up turning around manipulating, which forces Wes, who's like Wes and Lucy have seemed to got pretty close, but Wes is like, yo, you know, like me and my brother said that people are people, meaning people suck. Um, then like he's like Strand and Alicia made me think differently with what they told me, and it was kind of working. But they're at each other's neck. Morgan hasn't done much better, and he's like, Daniel isn't right, but he's confused and he can't help it right now. But what you just did, that's messed up, and I can't be a part of that. And he ends up walking off, which leads to the other thing. At the end of the episode, he's at the tower on the phone talking, or like, I'm gonna make a deal with Strand that can save the tower. So like, what info is he gonna leak out to Strand? And I think we'll get some of that in the next episode because it looks like the next episode's very tower, baby, Momo focused. Like, all the characters inside the tower: Victor, John Dory, June, Grace, Westwood. I seen Wes in the preview. I didn't see Charlie. I think Wendell was in it. Howie. And yeah, I'll talk about that more so in a promo breakdown. I didn't do one last week, but I'll get one up this week for you guys. Um, but I really think that we might be on the start of Fear the Walking Dead. It's like this was the first episode of this part of the season. I think it would have went a little bit better. This was actually just solid. Not saying it was like amazing, but it was pretty. It was actually really good. And I think this is the kind of, if we got more of this and less of the last two, or like if they would have just changed, like there's some, I don't know, like they weren't terrible episodes, but the placement of them just seemed not to help progress the story. This one actually did a decent amount. We got, the army coming together more. And some I hadn't mentioned yet, but what we're coming to find out is Arno reveals people are the radiation crater with all like that herd of walkers. Someone's letting them out, and that's like kind of just like destroying all the area. So I don't like the suspicion right now is Strand, but I'm just gonna throw out like, what if it's those people that were talking to Madison in the Fear the Walking Dead trailer? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Um, I don't know. It could be Strand though. It's a very good strategic move if he was doing that. But anyways, I think if we can get a few more episodes like this in a row, I think we'll be heading to a really good spot in Fear. First two episodes were okay, but they were just kind of weak to start it out after what we were teased at the end of last year. And yeah, this one was actually pretty good, so I dug it. I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll have the promo breakdown in a day or two up on the channel for you, and you guys can check that out. Thanks for all the love on the channel. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.